Ruijerd Superdia is the former leader of the Superds warrior group who once served under Laplace with unwavering loyalty. He was accompanying Radius and Iris but left in search of his people. Under manipulation, Ruijerd killed his son, who was able to free him from Laplace's control. Following the annihilation of his species, Ruijerd travels the world to dissolve the stigma against the Superd race. Ruijerd is tall for an average Superd, and shared their distinctive features such as emerald green hair with a red gemstone on his forehead. He wears a brown tribal vest that only covers his back and sides, fully displaying his frontal torso and arms. Moreover, he is distinguished by his smooth oval chin and a long scar that trails from the right top corner of his forehead across his glabella to the left end of his cheek. When Radius bleached his hair, it became a different color. However, Ruijerd later shaved his head bald and wore a headband to cover the gemstone on his forehead. He now wears a necklace gifted to him by Radius around his neck. Despite having a scary demeanor, Ruijerd is very kind and fatherly. He always helps children no matter what the circumstances, and would go berserk when people try to hurt them. Ruijerd follows a very strict warrior's code of honor that he would go to extreme lengths to fulfill his promises. He is also described as rather stubborn, having a very adamant sense of justice that he won't tolerate even minor crimes. Ruijerd was born to a pair of Superd warriors in a town in the Babinosu region. Being a talented and hard-working warrior, he was elected as the war chief of the Superd warrior group that served as Laplace's elite force in just a few decades, an achievement that's almost unheard of. He also married Luilia, a female tribe member that took care of him like an elder sister since childhood, and gave birth to his son Luiweld. However, Laplace betrayed their loyalty by ordering them to take up the cursed pitch-black devil's spears into battle in favor of their birth spears, which put them into a mesmeric frenzy that caused them to mindlessly slaughter those around them, including their own family. After giving his son a fatal wound, Ruijerd managed to destroy the devil's spear and finally wake Ruijerd from his stupor to realize the truth. In the moment of despair from his actions, Ruijerd had considered committing suicide to atone for his sins, but ultimately decided to exact vengeance on Laplace for the cruel fate befallen his people along with everyone of the warrior group. After several years of hiding and biding his time carefully, he finally got his revenge when he turned the tide of the decisive battle between Laplace and the three heroes by striking Laplace's weak point. Although Laplace was defeated, there was no way to change the things that had already transpired, and the horrible reputation of the Superd tribe had already taken root, which caused even stories about the Superd that kills friends and enemies alike to frighten children have circulated even to the central continent. After exacting his revenge, he now has a goal of restoring the honor and fixing the reputation that the Superd race has. Ruijerd's spear is the last memento of his son Luiweld. It is slightly shorter than usual because Luiweld has a smaller stature than regular warriors. Ruijerd's daughter would be the last Superd warrior that would deal the final blow to Laplace in other loops. Ruijerd is fated to marry Norn Greyret in many loops.